All right, hello everyone, and
Totally
welcome
get
to
carried away.
CineQuest video. Today we're going to be talking about a new trash cinema film to be added to the collection. This reimagining, remake, sequel to 1987's Street Trash,
Only the best
2024's
trash
Street
cinema.
Trash. So this new film is directed by Ryan Kruger. He actually directed Fried Berry. Roland and I reviewed that one
Great
a
stuff.
couple years ago as well. We had a fun time. Ryan Kruger actually commented on our reviews. He said he enjoyed it.
And we were looking forward to seeing this guy do more work. So
and here we are.
It's very cool.
Doing a movie that I've read recently. It's a genre I wasn't necessarily familiar with, or a subgenre called, was it body melting or melting face? Something like that. Body melt type.
Something like
sounds
that.
Sounds like a fucking cheese sandwich.
Melt films or melt.
Well, as like I told you, it's funny, interesting
Melt
enough.
movies,
I don't know if it's just part of the hemisphere of the world, but there's another movie it's literally called Body Melt, and it's about like it's funny because it's about a weight loss drug, which is a big going on, and people obviously they start melting and stuff like that. So I think there's another one too. It's Street Trash, was from the 80s, and then there's another one I want to see. It's called Slime City, which is also I think like around the same time. So, but yeah.
So again, I'm Ray, your host. Joining me, we have Bryce and Roland again. Talking about this film, it being kind of a reimagining of the original film. This has a bit of messaging in it, not too heavy-handed, going with kind of like separation of class. This movie takes place in 2050. It's in the future, where the middle class is entirely obliterated, and it's pretty much separated between like the poor,
it's all the rich people and all
rich
the
folks,
broke ass motherfuckers.
And the homeless there's such a problem, like in California and San Francisco, these specific Austin, Texas, that maybe at some point in the near future they'll create a drug that would, since all homeless people use drugs.
Oh yeah,
they will use a drug that will completely melt their bodies away, and therefore obliterating problem solved.
Return to the earth.
Glitch. So everything
melts into a puddle.
Everything fixes itself, and that's kind of what's going on in this movie. This movie takes place in Cape Town, South Africa, and
then
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna remember because I just wanted to finish the thought. But once you melt into a puddle, of people juice, that's when the street cars, the street vans or whatever come by and they sweep you up.
Sweepers,
yeah. And you see, problem
solved. Everyone's happy.
Very hygienic.
Yeah,
very hygienic.
Very clean.
So clean.
There's no government funding going towards burying your body or taking to a morgue or funeral homes. Just
exactly.
And you're creating jobs.
Job creation.
True. Yeah. Somebody's gotta slurp all that up. The vacuum. Somebody's got to drive the car. The vacuum.
Yeah. Now, even though the messaging is there, this movie has a lot of jokes, has a lot of body melting, so
many fucking references,
awesome practical effects.
And
from my understanding, that all effects are done in camera. So like everything that you see, as far as like bodies melting, things pulling apart, always very seamlessly too. Like it's just like butter.
Goiters.
It's like butter. It falls off the bone.
Buttress smooth.
So smooth. All of that is done practically, and it's very impressive to see all that. But yeah, guys, what did you think of Street Trash, especially considering this is a remake? Have you all seen the original? I've seen it one time. I
wanted to watch it, and I just didn't. I didn't get to it in time.
It's a very different type of movie.
I'll probably watch it later.
It's not very different, but it's like it has the same elements are there, but it's a different. It's really different. It's very much the 80s.
I've been wanting to watch this ever since I saw the announcement, I guess, to this. And then again, them talking about this as being a melt movie kind of thing.
We all love body horror. So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
The melt stuff, that just makes me think about Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Let's just what would it be like if a person was a candle and we just melted that in the juice or something? People are like that. That's no problem. It'd be great.
Problem solved.
I was trying, and I wish I'd written this down when I sort of remembered some of these references, but like the one that jumps out on the top of my head is RoboCop. when like one of these guys is already melting and he turns around or something, he immediately gets hit by a semi.
Yeah, and just
and just splat.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well, that happens in this one too.
yeah,
yeah. You know, that's what I like. This
Oh,
was.
okay.
Excuse me. That's what I was remembering or thinking of the reference
Oh,
when
gotcha. Yeah,
when the guy drives, runs his buddy over when he's there, like, no, looking like Elephant
Yeah.
Man. And
yeah.
I mean, yeah, there are just like so many damn jokes in this movie. It's so it jumps between from being like, it starts off kind of like it's trying to be edgy almost with the jokes, and it just comes off as was pretty amusing raunchiness, and then it just, I don't know, it just ratchets it up with the weirdest and dumbest like little I guess plot like details.
Yeah,
I don't know.
there's a lot of like subtle references in this movie. Like, there's that guy. You think this is like a comment on the incel thing, Ray? Because there's like that scene where the reporter's talking to him. It's like, nobody out here wants to fuck. I don't know what else to say. It's like, anybody out there want to get laid? Shit, like, what the
and they cut away at some point.
yeah,
It's like, no one wants to fuck.
and it talks about the last rhino got poached.
Rhino died.
So, yeah, definitely a lot of commentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things I had to replay because I was watching it this morning, and I think I looked away for a second, and it's again very beginning of the movie where the cop is chasing him, and like they give the cop, I guess, whatever that powder is. And then like he has like a fucking boner.
You mean the dick dust?
Yeah, the dick dust. Like,
12-hour boner.
And he's running around with a boner. I was like, did he slip a dildo? I was like, oh, that's supposed to be his real dick. Like he's just running around with fucking giant dick, like fucking swinging all
yeah. So like,
I don't know, man.
it's supposed to be his real dick. I think.
No, I mean, I don't think it's like the actor's real dick. I'm just saying like it's in the movie that's supposed to be his real dick, obviously.
Yeah.
I guess
because at some point he's like,
it also has enhancing properties.
I like
the guy like says like this cop's trying to fuck me, and everyone's just like, oh,
right, yeah, he's got his dick out, he's a pervert.
Yeah.
He's got a boner out or whatever. The pervert cop trying to fuck me in the arse.
And the other end, like when they close the gate and it pretty much chops his dick off, or like half his dick. He's
just there like
I didn't think I'd see that cop at the end, but he comes out towards the end and he's like, hey, it's dick cop, boner cop. Yeah,
he's trying to find him.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's still alive? He's out there a few times, and
how's he still alive with all that fucking blood just spewing from his fucking dick?
I mean, what was it like the next couple of scenes or something when they're in it shows him in the jail, and he's just like, good morning, cunts, you know. They're like, yeah, hey, it's Officer Boner or whatever, like Boner Cop, and he just like looks down and he's like, oh.
I like how the drug dealer's name is Society too.
Yeah,
that was really funny, dude. They're like, "What's your name?" Society. I'm like, of course.
Yeah.
He's an old, strung out dude who's got all the good shit.
Yep.
But he's still so wise.
That's right. Absolutely, yeah.
So wise.
He knows just the right time to give him that particular valve of drug to like whenever he's
right,
needed, you know.
Kept telling him like, you're not ready for this.
No, you're not. You can't have enough of it. Like, it makes you think of fucking Dewey Cox with what the hell is the name of
Tim Meadows?
The guy that played Tim Meadows. You're like, you can't have none of this, Dewey.
You don't want any of this, Dewey.
Yeah.
And you never once paid for drugs.
Never once.
Yeah.
This movie again has a lot of jokes, and I think the main draw for this movie, obviously, and the original, is the practical effects. And I think they did a great job with all those practical effects. It's nice. I like all the vivid colors whenever like someone's melting away, and you see like all the like the yellows, the blues, the greens, like they're all just popping out of each other. And it's not just fun. It's not just generic red. Yeah, it's not just generic red.
No, it's like color. Purple.
Yeah, somebody must have got a lot of ink somewhere. That's what the purple reminds me of. Like somebody just cracked a pen. Especially when it's coming out of the guy's eyes. Like when the first scene, this looks like somebody just got like an ink and like some ink from a pen, and it was just, I don't know, very thick.
Yep. There are too many jokes in this to remember in this movie. Like so many fucking funny moments where you're just
Who's
like,
your favorite characters, guys? That's what I want to know.
Oh.
I think I'm gonna say the twins.
Chef.
I don't know what.
I was gonna say Chef. Actually,
I like Chef a lot, but you're talking about the crackhead twin, the Cheech and Chong of crackheads.
I think it's just their accent and the way they like talk with each other. Like I just find that kind of amusing.
Wars and Pap.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wars. Yeah.
They make that they had the giant chemistry set or whatever when they're making like crazy drugs out of cat shit.
Oh yeah, it's the game. They had playing the game where it's like, what's the all different words for vagina, and then he's like, he says them all, and he's like, all right, what different like words or describe how it tastes. I don't want to play this game anymore.
Yeah, I don't want to just get some of the leaves. They're like, yeah, 10 different 10 points, like 10 different names for JJ. And
yeah.
So were you guys expecting the Star Wars reference at the end?
Which
with
one?
fucking Pap, like, oh, you're my Wookiee, 2-bit. Oh,
no, I wasn't.
No.
Yeah, as the fucking flesh C-3PO. Just there with the fucking double guns.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the end, whenever they find him like almost like completely annihilated, and then like he's dying, like the twins dying.
Yeah,
and then he just goes, and then he was like, I have an idea. He brings out the fucking staple gun. I was like, what the
staple
fuck,
gun?
dude?
So stupid. Yeah, Jesus Christ. They're supposed to be the smart ones.
Yeah.
But I like Chef because like the whole time he's talking, I'm just like, it sounds like Bernie Sanders.
Yeah,
it's Bernie. It's like, good God.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm just waiting for him to like, all right, guys, it's time for the 1% to get what they deserve. You know, like
that's pretty good Bernie.
He's just
it's a pretty good Bernie.
He's cracking jokes the whole time, even up into the end. Like, oh, well, let's see some sandwiches in here. Oh,
yeah.
Good. Like, and the guy steals them. And, I Chef is fucking hilarious, especially the deep conversations with him, which basically involve long, strung out, like reverse, like victim shaming almost, or blaming characters in fairy tale stories.
Yeah.
So like fucking Hook, and what was the one he was talking about before Hook?
Oh yeah, he's having the Peter Pan. I forgot about
yeah, the Peter Pan one, and then later
Peter Pan is obviously the villain and all that.
Don't you know the kids never grow up? He kills them all. Like Hook is the hero. Like what the fuck? And don't even get me started on Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
Hey, what was that other fairy tale he was talking about? He's like
the other one was Pinocchio.
Right.
The nose.
Yeah, the nose. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That like the woman got tired of like the witch woman or something, or Geppetto, I forgot, like got tired of banging Pinocchio because of like he gets all the wooden splinters or something.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he makes a reference that's why his nose grows when he lies. Like,
right, yeah. So instead they make his nose grows because then she can sit on it or something. They're just like like the main character, is it Alex? No, Alex is,
I don't remember the guy's name.
no, it is Alex is the girl's name. The main character is Ronald.
Right.
Excuse me.
Ronald, yeah.
He's like the most perverted, like casually perverted guy ever.
Doesn't he have like a sex addiction?
Fucking...
He has a sex addiction.
Huh?
Doesn't he have like a sex addiction?
So
I know he just goes to the.
Yeah, he just goes to hook up and get some cash.
Oh yeah,
like he goes to hook.
Yeah,
he goes to sell some of that AS, even though he's not gay. Very,
right.
That's why again it's so casual to him. He's like such a casual pervert. And then he takes that and then he goes to was it Alcoholics Anonymous?
Yeah.
To meet society.
Yeah. It's a score. Yeah.
Oh man. This so here's something I just sort of occurred to me, and I want to ask you, Ray. I've only ever watched Pineapple Express one fucking time in my life, and I was chilling with you. And I remember my one complaint about it was that like there's no like moments between scenes to catch your breath. It's just action.
Yeah.
And like I hated it. Like it annoyed the fuck out of me because I couldn't, like, I started holding my breath, like just doing thing. And like, so this movie kind of gives me some of those moments where it's like everything is
a fast-paced thing.
Yeah, it's weird how like it jumps between like just sort of not really, I guess, innocuous, right? Like just what seemed like pointless moments to just like ratchet it up to fucking 11 out of nowhere. Like, okay, we're gonna go see the Rat King now, and like this girl is probably gonna end up sucking some toes, like what?
Oh yeah, that shit was nasty.
Like
that foot, man.
It's
okay.
it's funny that I was actually eating breakfast when I was watching this movie, so like that part, I was like,
poor boy, you poor boy. The worst thing for you to fucking see.
I had to put my stuff down because I was like, I can't eat while this fucking the scene passes immediately.
I challenge anyone that's into even that likes feet to fucking, and I don't even mean that. Like, don't do it. You'll like so much to regret.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was gross.
Yeah.
And then they kill that character off screen, which is even funnier.
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe it's in a deleted scene or something.
Fuck if I know. How long is this movie? It's like an hour and a half. Right?
It's 120.
120.
It's an hour and a half. Hour 20 minutes.
You know, it's kind of weird, like that. It's such a short movie, but it still finds those moments. Like it's when they break up the tension, like it completely slows down the pace of the. What I would think is like the mayor's, you know, like plans to kill all the homeless people or whatever, because that's what's constantly going on in the background. You're just like, okay, when is the rusted ass HAL 9000 or HAL 5000 fucking bot gonna come in there? Like, I really like that thing, actually seeing it, because it's just so funny. Like, oh, this is really cool, but it also looks busted as hell.
Yeah.
Is gonna, you know, when all of that's gonna start kicking up. And I mean, I guess it does eventually, sort of. They have a weird, like, 2D has a weird fucking Mel Gibson Braveheart moment where he's just standing fucking center screen, like trying to motivate everyone, and they're like, "Yeah, we can do this." Okay, crackhead, you got a plan or some shit. Like,
well,
it's.
I wanted to just go over to Bryce. I know you kind of like brought this movie up that we can watch. What was like? Do you have any other instances where you enjoyed this movie, or what you enjoyed about this movie?
What, Street Trash?
Yeah.
Or what we're talking about now, or like the I mean, I just love all the special effects. I know we talked about that. Actually, I'm kind of watching it right now too, but yeah, man. I don't have any specific instances I can think of just right now. Go on to Roland. I'll come back to it. I'm sorry. I know you're Roland's talking about it.
No, I mean, like, yeah. I. It's weird. Every time I think I'm not gonna like this movie, like it just hits a fucking scene or something where it's just like pulls you right back in because it's fucking hilarious and dumb as fuck.
I think
this guy.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just looking at Wars right here, like a screenshot of him, Ronald, 2D, and I don't know who this other guy is. He's just there in the back, but the guy fucking straight up looks like Cheech Marin needs to take a bath kind of thing with his fucking mustache. And he's
it's funny you mentioned that because there's a scene too where he's like up against the bars. And I swear to God, he looked like Cheech Marin, dude. I was like, is that Cheech? But obviously he'd be too old now. But he says something about all these people. He says something. I don't know the way he delivers the line too. It's funny you mentioned that though.
Yeah, dude. No, like I'm looking at it. There's one of the screenshots from on IMDb. I think it's like on the 6th one, and it just shows him holding an AK, and he's looking down. Like it looks like he could be his fucking little brother or some shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious. Mostly. I don't know. Like I was just remembering the scene that kind of threw me for a second because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Where Ronald straight up puts on a fucking suit and they fucking like mug a rich guy or whatever, right?
And I actually like that scene a lot too. That
so fucking funny, dude.
Yeah, or he talks like the buzzman. Oh, my acquisitions and
well, we gotta go. My labradoodle needs braces. And then he's like, as he's putting on the hat, and he's just like, you. Like, up yours, fucker, or what does he say? Like get a job, you bum. And then the guy's like, as he steals his wallet. That was so fucking funny, dude. It's just
the other thing I was gonna tell you, Ray, I think I had mentioned it off screen, but there's a scene I find funny, and I don't know if it's some kind of a Trump reference, I don't know, but when they first capture the like drone or whatever, and it's like saying like mayor is daddy, and or something like that. And I was like, I think isn't that like didn't somebody say that like Trump is daddy or something one time? I feel like that's like a reference to that, but
people call him like Daddy Trump and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean that's just like far like MAGA people and stuff like that. I don't think like most people who voted for Trump ever call him Daddy Trump, but I mean some do.
No.
You know what's funny is like
I hope not.
I was thinking while I was watching this and considering that
Too, Ray. I mean, that I won't say it's my favorite scene in the movie, but I was pretty shocked at that one. That was nasty. I mean, that was freaking nasty, dude. Also, like how another thing I like about the effects in this movie is I like the everything's always like blowing up. Like there's like huge bubbles on everybody. They always gotta pop. And there's a scene later on where it's like there's a woman and it's like her boob.
Yeah,
it's all like pops it. It's all deflated.
Yeah. In the end of the movie, when they attack all those people that are like pretty much the mayor's telling them like, oh, the homelessness is like defeated already, and they're all gone.
And then like they all come out. They kill some of the fucking like waiters and the wait staff and shit there. I'm like, aren't they just doing their job?
No, well,
even in the rich man's world.
Well, I mean, they could be probably part of the problem too. Like maybe they don't like homeless people either. They think they're above them. You know, who knows?
Right? Yeah, but they're above the homeless.
I was
people.
thinking,
here's your drink, sir.
I was thinking to myself that maybe you think Ryan Kruger took this perspective with Street Trash in a way. I mean, considering that Elon Musk is also from South Africa, and he is kind of part of our government now in a way. Yeah. And he's kind of like talking about like how pretty much like the class division between like poor people and stuff like that, and how like they may have to suffer a little bit with the economy in order for it to like kind of get better.
Let him eat cake.
His dark goth MAGA.
Oh, that's right. Dark gothic MAGA.
Yeah. I wonder if Ryan Kruger either like dislikes Elon Musk. You know, maybe he's part of the problem too.
Yeah, right. It would be funny. Like
maybe he's like it's a commentary.
He was the guy that pushed Elon Musk down the stairs in school.
Yeah, he's commenting on the corruption of the Musk dynasty in South Africa or something.
God, it just sounds so gross, dude. Just because it's the word Musk.
Well, overall, guys, let's give a rating for this version of Street Trash. I'm gonna go first on this one. Again, I will say Street Trash. This one, I need to rewatch the original again because I mean, I paid more attention to this one than I did the original. But I'm gonna say I give this one, even with effects alone and all that kind of stuff, and I will say I give it a 3.5. No, 3.75 out of 5. I think the practical effects are great. I love all the visuals, the colors, the cinematography, all that kind of stuff. And I don't know how much this made a difference or anything, but apparently this movie was entirely shot in 35 millimeter. So a very classic-y type of way of filming things.
Would have been cool to see in theater.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely would have.
This would have been really cool to see in theater, I think.
Roland,
it definitely gave you that like almost 90-ish, vibe looking at the filters.
So I'm 3.75. What are you, Roland, out of 5?
I was very pleasantly, entertained by this movie. I was mostly just expecting schlock, just slapstick humor, but like there's a lot of like just really funny fucking jokes and like funny bits and just so it was really funny. I thought it was great. This made me think of like a trauma film, sort of. Which I'm not sure I said that about Fried Berry. Even though that one would probably be more like a trauma film with a lot of meth, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, like so I give this one like a 3.4, I think.
Okay.
I need to watch the original, the first one, as if what Bryce has said, excuse me, this is a sequel.
What about you, Bryce?
I'm gonna give it 3.6. I in between you guys there. I enjoyed it a lot, and it's funny you mentioned that, Roland, about the trauma, because I was going to bring that up in my rating. It reminds me of like a higher budget trauma movie, and like you said too, I was really pleasantly surprised with the dialogue and the writing. Like there was a lot of humor to it. It's not just relying on the effects, even though it easily could just rely on that because they're great.
Yeah.
I mean, within the first few minutes, like you watch a guy get it, like he peels his skin off.
Yeah,
I was like,
going back to the scenes, Ray. I would say probably the best to me, the best examples of the effect is when they testing out the mister, and she like peels her ear. Like that seems seamless. Like it just kind of cut into that when she peels. And then also too, it's funny. Like they always have one scene where the leg like splits or like something like happens with the like a limb breaks or something like that. But so even just alone, like the graphics, or not graphics, but the loans, like the special practical effects, like the special effects. This movie could have pushed this movie. But I enjoyed all the humor. You know, the scenes where he goes to the sex addicts anonymous, and like then
makes them all uncomfortable.
Like, yeah. That's what I mean. Like, it's just great jokes written. Like, it's a really good script. Like, it was a really, really well done movie, in my opinion. And I'd like to see more. I have seen the original Street Trash. It's been a long time. And what I was mentioning though is because the original Street Trash is like, I think takes place in the 80s or 90s.
It's the 80s,
and it's in America.
It's in Brooklyn.
2050.
Yeah, it's in Brooklyn.
Yeah. And then if you see at the end of this movie, well, they kind of leave it up to that there may be a continuation of some kind. So we'll see. I don't know, man. I enjoyed it a lot, more than I thought I would, because when I heard they were making. But then when I found out who was remaking the Street Trash movie, I was like, "Oh, okay, it's gonna be good," and it was. I was.
Yeah, I mean, so far, I mean, 2 for 2. Ryan Kruger, even in a low budget sense, and very practical effects. Fried Berry was a great movie, and especially I think that was his debut. I thought he did a really good job, and again, like Roland said earlier, we were anticipating his next work, and I think he did a great job in this one as well. Really, again, like you said, Bryce, could have easily like relied only on the practical effects for this movie and pretty much been like a shallow type of film, just again with the visuals and stuff like that. But you know, they added more jokes, they added characters that you enjoyed watching, and kind of like an underlying message of like class division and stuff like that. But again, it's all kind of well balanced enough to where you can have fun and still get like this political message underneath it, and again, not it being too heavy handed and stuff like that. But overall,
you're not super bummed out. But
so overall, Street Trash, good job. Again, I wait for Ryan Kruger's next film and see what he does, because he's really good with the camera and good with the writing and the directing and the practical effects. Whoever was in charge of this, I didn't check the name.
Great.
Great. Yep. So, again, if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and we will see you on the next review. Hopefully, another trash movie.
See you.